that quite often when people get sent to prison, we get to a stage where it's not just the individual that's being punished, it's the whole family that feels consequences of that. I think that we are also missing a vital opportunity really to sort of give families the opportunity to continue to work together, to give them a really good grounding when they come back out, to rekindle relationships, rebuild on a lot of those relationships. I think that we have a sort of, we've seen the statistics on reoffending in this country, which are particularly low. And if we look at some of our sort of counterparts in Europe, particularly in Denmark, where their reoffending rates are very low, a lot of that I feel can be attributed to the normalisation of the prison process. And when I talk about normalisation, I think I mean the fact that just because somebody is in prison doesn't mean that they become isolated and distanced from their family. They actually use that as an opportunity to rebuild a lot of the relationships with families that may have been damaged prior to them coming into custody. And I feel that from a family learning point of view, we need to be doing more of that sort of stuff in this country, to look at how we can help families to help themselves and certainly facilitate some of that work within the prison environment and really develop that.
When I first came to work into prison, I came as an education tutor, and I began after maybe a year to do just family work. So there was seen to be a need for that. So my role became very much about developing the family work, and that was 20 years ago. So I've been doing it for 20 years, and there's still a massive need out there to develop this even more, whether it's through parenting, whether it's through family days, whether it's through cooking. My whole view is very much influenced by the Danish prison service and what the Danish do in terms of their prisoners. And it's the concept of normalisation, which means that if we do it outside, then we should be doing it inside the prison, because it's all about getting those families just some time to be normal together, and the children haven't done anything wrong, the family members, what we know of, haven't done anything wrong, and so it's really important that they have some normal time with Dad. So I think it's absolutely essential. I'm thrilled that the developments through the Lord Farmer's reports and all the other conferences and direction that we're being given is great. Prisons are being held accountable, and it's about time.
Family learning is obviously has a big benefit from what we've heard today about in trying to stop people from reoffending, because if they're engaging with their families more and they're happier and those sort of things, maybe they'll not commit crimes as much. Also, we want the wider society to be people to be happy and with their families, and whilst they're in prison, we want to make sure that people don't get move further away from their family, and to try and encourage that bond relationship to continue. So yeah, I think it's very important. How much is it important compared to all the other things we've got is a difficult question to answer, because we have lots of other provision that we want to provide, like vocational training, English and maths, and other interventions like drug interventions and stuff. So it's difficult to decide how important it is in compared to everything else, but it's very important.
We need to do some more work on defining what family learning is for governors, because it's a classic area where family learning cuts across two of our sort of key areas of work, which is families, in terms of all that means, and education provision. So family learning is important, and I take from that we've got to define for governors and directors of prisons, you know, what can make up a family learning offer. And then when you do that, you find yourself in a conversation of a sort of rich array of opportunities for family engagement with prisoners and families involved.